Hey guys, it's JoyJam, and apologies in advance for probably any outside audio you're gonna hear. I am filming this outside. It's a beautiful day, and I've wanted to try this just so I can see, how bad it is. I do hope you've enjoyed the new microphone though, which I used for the last couple of videos. We're gonna talk about how to inspire others. And I know what you're thinking. How on earth do you know what it means to do such a amazing thing as to inspire other people? And I would tend to agree with you. I look up to a lot of people when it comes to trying to learn about that kind of stuff, but it is something that I've also thought a lot about, and I thought I would share the types of things that, I sort of made about it that are not out in the world yet. So first of all, a lot of people say that they want to inspire others. So what does it mean to inspire others? I came up with a definition for a personal thing. I think it works for a lot of creators, but feel free to let me know if you think you have a better one. I said that to inspire is to clarify and motivate the belief in someone that change and often action can be made in themselves, on others, or in the world at large. And the reason why I said that is because everything that's going to happen when it comes to the actions that we take is going to start from inside our mind. I think there's some famous quotes about that. Everything starts with an idea. If you're inspiring people, what are you doing? Are you just giving them the idea? I don't know if that's the case, because most of the time when people are inspired to do something, it's almost never just from one source. Or even if it feels like it's just from one source, there's other things that are contributing to that. So that's why I said that it's to clarify and to motivate that idea, because when you're inspiring somebody, you have to sort of crystallize it. Like once they've sort of heard it from you, now they know, they've realized what it is based on all their past experience, and they're motivated to go pursue it. Even though it's not always such a clear focus, it can still, for example, if you see somebody that's happy, they can be inspiring you to maybe have a better day. And even if that's not a conscious thing that you're thinking about, you are still inspired to make that change or to take that action. So that's why I think that's actually a pretty good definition of inspiration, if I do say so myself. But then how do you do it? I mean, obviously, I've not cracked the code for this in any capacity, but one thing that I do think is essential is to, first of all, to connect. And I also came up with my own definition for that. What I said is that to connect is for someone or something to find a piece of themselves in you, and for you to find it in them, and to come to a mutual understanding because of that sameness. I had to be very careful with this definition. By the way, I made these about 9 or 10 months ago when I was really, really focused on developing who I was going to be as a musician and as a performer. And so I was thinking a lot about, how I wanted to present myself. So I have a lot of this, I haven't been thinking about this that much lately, but it's still important concepts to me. But the reason why I had to be careful with the definition of connection is because when it comes to inspiration, there are things like inspirational quotes. That's maybe sometimes 3 or 4 words that are inspiring. And they are truly inspiring. I don't know why I did the air quotes. They are truly inspiring. So how do you connect to 3 words? And it's because if you think about it, whenever you do see an inspiring quote, and it does inspire you, and I'm just using quotes as an example. I'm sure you could say this about people, you could say this about things, you could say this about whole shows and performances that are inspiring, but there has to be some level where, whether you do it consciously or not, you are connecting that to your own life and seeing how that idea would make change or action in your own life to make it better or to make it different, which would be inspiring. So I think the first step to inspiring is having that connection and having that mutual piece of you and me, you in me and me in you. For example, if you're the type of person that wants to be a creator, there's a very good chance that you're feeling a little bit inspired by me right now. And I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I'm definitely not an expert, but since I've thought of these things, I'm sure that other creators have thought of these same things, and seeing me say these things are going to make us connect. And then in the future you might be able to be inspired by me because you know that we have that connection. There's a really friggin' annoying sound going on right now. I am so sorry. I think the second step in inspiring is to impact. Now, I think a lot of people would say that impact and inspire is kind of the same thing, or that inspiring is a way of impacting, and that may be true, but what I say about impacting is that I say to impact somebody is to make a significant change in the way somebody thinks about themselves, the world, or others, acts towards themselves, the world, or others, or spends their time. And the reason why I think impact is sort of the essential second ingredient, or final, I guess, ingredient to inspiration is that it's not like you're always going to act on your inspiration. You know, it's not like feeling is always going to make a change in your life, but it is going to make a change in the way that you think. Maybe not permanently, but there is going to be some sort of shift there that's going to slightly change the way that you're looking at things in your life. Usually if it's an inspirational thing, you're going to start thinking about things more positively. Or maybe you're going to be more motivated to work towards your goals or something. You need to have this sort of shift. It's not that you only feel the sameness, you also have to have that shift into the same direction so that there is actually a difference from before the inspiration and after the inspiration. So I know that's really vague. Inspiring people is something that I think a lot of people try to do with their lives and with their things. And I mean, it's something that really matters a lot to me. I've always pictured myself as like the inspirer, if that, no, it doesn't make sense. But like, my sort of forever goal, I guess, has always been to inspire the people that are going to inspire others, you know, by doing their thing and by doing my thing. And, you know, whether I'm doing that or not, or whether I'm bringing that into my own life or not, you know, sometimes falters, but I think it's really important, and it's what keeps us going. You know, if people weren't inspiring other people, people have to be inspired to make strides in the world. If space scientists weren't inspired to discover the cosmos, we would never know about like where we stand in the Earth, like in the solar system, and about all the different planets and the stars. And like if people weren't, inspiration is a really important thing, not only just to, you know, our everyday lives, but it's what keeps us all going. You know, when somebody's not inspired, that's a big sign of depression. I don't know, I just think it's an important thing, and that's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.